And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
4 down. Check. Ready. Blue ready. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing. But I wonder about mindset, because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
4 down. 14.
On second down, Wilson flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
Run left. Right. Move the team. Shotgun. Zebra.
Now Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Patriots take over. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They go play action. Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott. Whoosh. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Right back to him on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Let's get it.
Wilson to throw on 2nd down. This is caught. A good pickup there at 22.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Come on, let's go. Hey, over here, over here.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
He's going to get it running right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not got too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Mixon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, Winston. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. Williams loses the football, but I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready. Black 22.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now Jameis on 2nd down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Now Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Winston now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down.
Ready. Black 22.
Throwing. Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To the air again with Winston. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And he'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Jameis again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Forbath will put this one through. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6? And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Wilson. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Third and long, it's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Wilson on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
14. 14. 14.
Again, Wilson. Anderson a first down and more. His throw caught at about the 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. And now out come the Patriots. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
New England on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Winston. Blitz coming and down. goes. Myles Garrett with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And, look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
95.
On first down, Scott. No gain on the play there, second down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. Room here to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll run on first down. Scott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Let's go.
A first down throw for Winston. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Jameis to throw it. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. When I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first down, Scott. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
On second down, Scott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch. They're down here in the third quarter, trying to get something going. Going to the outside there didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
The Dolphins on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And Miami first down. That one going for a gain of 11. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Scott, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Let's get it.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down. On now the Miami field goal unit. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here's Humphries. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Ready. Blue ready.
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down. Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. Ebron's got it. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line.
We got three.
Here's Winston to Mixon on the check down. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A handoff to Mixon, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Winston now. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Hey! Ready! Blue 80!
And the pitch goes to Mixon. And some room to maneuver. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get it to your back. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Ready!
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And before the conversion attempt, we'll get a timeout call by the offense. And that'll leave them with only 1 remaining in this second half. So now a big spot for the Pats as they'll go for 2.
Wait.
Winston. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
14. Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. What we got? Gotta go. 14.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Adrian Claiborne in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
What's left?
from the shotgun. Wilson going deep here for Bryant. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They give him a gain of 37. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. On second down now, Scott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They go again with Scott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Scott, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
95.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Bioski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Winston here to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Ready? White 25.
They toss to Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for New England. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting